Mr. Aditya, can you please mute your audio?
Yes.
Yeah. Thanks for your response. Please, I request you all, please mute your audio. And while session is going, if you have any question, please feel free to type your question in chat box so that I can give you answer. And even after completion of this session, I'll allow you to ask anything, and you can speak with me after session or end of the session. And meanwhile, while session is going, if you have any question or doubts regarding topic, and you can type in your chat box so that I can receive. I'll read your question and I'll give you answer. And it's time to start today's session. And this is the first session of Python. So this batch is completely exclusively Python course only. It's not about full stack. Okay. So it is completely core and advanced Python batch. And even if you want full stack from my side, you're expecting, and after completion of Python and continuously on the same time, I'll start Django as well as REST API as well as MySQL basics and UI basics, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, jQuery, Bootstrap also. But first of all, this batch is I announced only for Python so that better to concentrate on Python. Even though if you want to become a full stack, yes, Python is completely starting from very scratch and very basic onwards. Okay. And if you want to become a only Python programmer, learning Python core and advanced is quite enough. And or else, if you want to become a Python full stack developer, so core and advanced Python is mandatory. After that, Django web development framework is required. And after that, REST API, that is web services kind, and MySQL basics and UI technologies basics like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and jQuery. Generally, in the morning sessions, I used to conduct all Python full stack batches, but this batch is I exclusively announced, and many of the students are asking only Python. So that's what I announced this batch, only Python, core and advanced. No worries at all, even in this batch. So those who are interested to join my Django REST API after completion of Python, so I'll continuously announce a batch for Django next and REST API next and so on. The reason is Python is completely important for Django as well as REST API. If you don't know Python, you can't go for Django as well as REST API. So that is the prerequisite. Django REST API, Python is prerequisite. And what about Python prerequisite? So strictly remember, all of you, to learn Python, there is no prerequisite required. And many of the students think then we need to get the basics of C, C++, and so on. But according to me, there is not required any basics of C, C++. And you can start your career with Python script and Python programming language. You can learn from scratch here. So after learning Python core and advanced Python, you can able to apply a job role like Python programmer or Python developer. So you can able to try only Python developer. So there are plenty of openings in outside market. So even though not only Python developer, and many of the organizations are looking forward to hire Python script writers and Python developers because they need Python programmers, those who are having strong knowledge in the object-oriented programming and application implementation. And even though the companies are going to develop some different domain applications, and in every aspect area, we can use Python script so that they need Python developers more, even though they are going to develop different domains of applications like data science or statistical analysis or financial applications and purely business web applications or network based applications, no matter what the application they are prepared. And in that, Python script and Python contribution is required nowadays anyway. So I strongly recommend once you get a strong knowledge in Python, so you can able to fit for any job role in real time. Okay. And once again, I'm telling you, yeah. And see, this session is completely Python. Here I am your tutor, trainer to teach you only Python. I'm not going to combine Python with network automation, Python with the testing automation, Python with AWS, Python with DevOps. This kind of training I'm not going to give. So only my focus is to teach you Python completely here. Okay. So it's a good question. So someone is asking, okay, so another class with same fees in Durga Soft, but that class has duration 75 days and yours is 45 days. What is the difference between that and this? I'm not aware of that trainer. Okay. Even so, he's not aware of me. So every one training is different and the way of teaching is different. Okay. So you can ask them if possible how why he's taking much more days. And at the same time, there is no meaning how many days you are going to spend. The meaning is how the way you are spending on concept, according to me. And my batches, many of I conducted, so my batch is completely straightforward and there is no add-ons and there is no waiting period. Most probably, I guess, so who will teach around 75 or 100 days? I'm not aware of that, frankly speaking. Maybe there are so many add-on batches are available. That means once I start batch here and I'll make them wait people some days or else I'll try to some drag the things and after that they'll announce new batch and they'll add some more people. So during this time, I think it may take some times, but my lecture and my batches completely different. Once I started the batch for with two numbers or three numbers, five numbers, at least 10 numbers, no matter, I'll complete for that batch completely. No clubbing, no add-ons for this batch. Hope you get the information. I hope this is, but I'm not sure about that. Okay. So I don't want to comment on it. Actual session begin today itself. Once I started, you can count it today onwards, completely 45 days to 50 days. For sure, I'll finish. Finish. I don't take much more time. And even if you don't have any coding experience, Mr. Gaurav, and you can start Python script, so it is not required. Okay, you'll understand very basic and from scratch onwards. Okay, so this is Python core and advanced Python, and today I'm going to start with Python very basics. Okay, yes, and complete notes and everything. I have complete PDF documentation. I'll send to you once you enroll for this course. And same day, recorded video also I'll send to you your Google Drive, and that will be always available. That is lifetime access. So recording videos are there, along with soft copy of material is there, and complete lecture will be there. And anyway, we will create some WhatsApp group after enrolling for this course, and we have hundreds of students in my WhatsApp group, and you can also feel free to interact in that group. If you have any questions, you can feel free to post your screenshot so that I'll help you when I'll get free time. Even my existing and old students will help you regarding that. I'm saying once again, I don't have any course with AWS, Python with AWS, Python with DevOps, Python with testing, Python with automation. All those things will not cover. Okay. The thing is only I'm a Python full stack trainer. So I used to teach Python core and advanced, Django, REST API, MySQL, and including UI technologies. Okay. And no worries. I'll after completion of this session, my team will connect you through mail so that you just respond to them so that they will assist you how to enroll for this course. So please let me allow to discuss many things in this session. At the end of the session, I'll give you some time to speak with me, or I'll give some time to read your questions. I'll give you answers clearly. Please allow me to discuss about Python and wait for a few minutes so that I'll give you answer of all general questions. Got my point? Yes. Let's start with Python today. And what is Python? Obviously, you know that Python is a programming language. Yes, it's look like normal C, C++, all those things. So Python is a programming language. Python is a programming language. Generally, any programming language is used for what? Which is used to write, which is used to write coding part, coding part, coding part for the application development, coding part for the application development. Yes, it's a programming language. Generally, if you take any programming language like C, C++, Java, C Sharp.NET, and any programming language is used to write coding part for the application development. So using Python completely, we will write logic. And though if you develop any websites using Django framework or Flask framework, but behind the scenes, Python logic is important. So Python logic through, we can make our application dynamic response or something. So Python is programming language, which is completely used to write coding part for the application development. And can you please mute your audio, Jyoti? Yeah, thanks. So next, what type of programming language it is? But before going to continue, what type of programming language it is? So generally, I'm asking the question, why Python? Why not other existing languages like C, C++, Java, C Sharp.NET? Those languages already existed, and that language is also object-oriented programming, and there are having a lot of features. But why Python? So, and moreover, Python became a popular language from last 4 5 years onwards. But before that, it was not a popular language. The reason is why, because Python syntaxes are very simple, and moreover, Python will provide huge standard libraries. That means if you take any application, any type of application, that application related libraries by default available. So once you download and install Python software, you will get plenty of libraries in that application area. For example, my requirement is I want to develop data science application. So there are plenty of data science libraries out there, like Pandas, Matplotlib, okay, NumPy, and so on. And if you want to develop network programming using Python, then network libraries by default available. Or to develop purely business and client requirement purpose, I need to develop some web applications according to their business needs, and web application relevant libraries are there. Not only in this, any type of application. Suppose I want to write some test cases using Python script and testing with Selenium. That means Python with Selenium. Important libraries are there. So you can choose any sort of application. There are plenty of libraries ready-madely available. So that is the why Python became a popular language. And moreover, the ready-made resources are there, and you need not to implement the logic from scratch. And so that your task is very easily and client requirement we can satisfy within the less period of time we can implement the logic. So maximum contribution coming from Python libraries, and minimum contribution is required from your side to fulfill client requirements. So, and moreover, that is the reason Python became a popular language. And nowadays, if we take any application development in reality, and Python contribution is must in any aspect. So, in the form of validation, in the form of writing, in the form of test cases, in the form of networking, routing, something. So, somewhere we use Python script completely in every type of application. So once you learn Python, then you can get any application area opportunities. So learning Python is very simple, because as a trainer, I'm telling you, so because I used to teach many languages in my career, like C Sharp.NET, Java Basics, C, C++, but where I feel comfort while teaching Python. The reason is it's very simple syntax, no complexity, and understanding the subject is simple, and writing coding also simple easily, because syntaxes are very straightforward and no complex syntaxes. Okay, easily you can understand. I can suggest a starting programming language for any student career, that is Python, because it's very simple to understand, to learn all those things. Okay, and coming to this, what type of programming language it is? So Python is a general purpose, high level, high level, high level, interpreted, interpreted, dynamically typed, dynamically typed, and case sensitive programming language. Case sensitive programming language. Programming language it is. Case sensitive programming language, that is. So Python is a general purpose, high level, interpreted, dynamically typed, and then case sensitive programming language. So what is meaning of general purpose? It's very simple. General purpose means using Python programming language, we can develop any sort of applications, as I mentioned, like data science, statistical analysis, network programming, web applications, and testing applications. Even Python can be used in DevOps and IoT, machine learning, deep learning, and so on. So this is general purpose programming language. Anywhere we can able to use this Python script. And what is high level? That means Python was not designed for specific application purpose. It's completely designed for general. Anywhere we can use Python script. And coming to this, Python is high level programming language. So what is high level? High level means as a Python programmer, we need not to write any explicit script for managing low level activities. For security reasons and memory management point of view, we will not write any coding part because it's a high level language. So Python itself will take care of security and memory management because Python is having garbage collector mechanism internally for managing memory deallocation allocation process automatically. So it's a high level programming language. So all low level activities will take care by default. And coming to this Python interpreted programming language, what is the meaning of interpreter? So if you consider like C, C++, Java, C Sharp.NET or compiler based, I think Java interpreted as well as compiler both. And in those languages, if you write some lines of code, for example, if you take a lengthy program like 20, 30 lines, if you write in C, C++, Java, C Sharp.NET, that was completely compiler based, means whole program at a time it will check. And if there is no errors during the compilation, then your program will start execution, you'll get proper output. In case during the execution, while checking number of lines, if you have any number of lines errors, for example, 3 errors, 4 errors, 5 errors, you may notice in the compilation time. That is compiler based. But when it comes to our Python, in our Python, same code like 20 to 30 lines if you write script, and interpreter means line by line code will check and execute. So no matter how many number of lines you have included, and every time only line by line code will check. That means first line it will check. If it is correct, then it will move to next line. In case in the second line, if there is a problem, immediately Python interpreter will stop the execution and it will throw that error only. So we will notice in future while writing Python script, every time we will get only one error. There is no number of errors. That indicates that Python executes line by line code, that is called interpreter based. And though Python is interpreted, that means it doesn't mean that we don't have compilation. Yes, Python script also will be compiled, but as a programmer, we are not going to compile explicitly. Python interpreter will take care of that compilation. That is called interpreter. And coming to this most important advantage from the Python side, that is dynamically typed. What is meaning of dynamically? Dynamic means runtime, means during the program execution. So dynamically typed is there. So there are two things. One is statically typed and then dynamically typed. So let us consider these existing languages like C, C++, Java, C Sharp. These are statically typed languages. Means while writing these languages coding part, if you want to declare any variable, you have to follow this syntax: data type variable name equals to value. Data type variable name equals to value. Data type is integer, variable name is a, then 100 is value. It's a common syntax which will follow in any language of this. But when it comes to Python, it is a dynamically typed programming language. Dynamically typed programming language. And Python is a dynamically typed, and JavaScript is a dynamically typed. These are all dynamic, even shell script, all these things dynamically typed. What does it mean? Simple. In Python, you should declare just variable name equals to value. That's it. And variable name is a, value is 100. So I don't need to specify any data type explicitly here. You can see as a programmer, I need not to give any data type. The reason is it is completely dynamically typed. Meaning is at the time of value assigned to the variable, Python automatically will decide the data type of your variable based on its value. If I'm giving 100 to this A will decide the data type internally. So A will get internally integer type. So for example, if you want to know for your curiosity what type of data type is assigned for your variable, then you can try to get type of A, you will get integer. In case my value is like this 100.89, when we go for type of A, it return what actually float. And in case my value is something name like this, and this is what actually string. So no need to specify any data type while declaring the variable, especially in Python. The thing is why it is completely dynamically typed programming language. Dynamically typed programming language means what? During the program execution, based on the value, data type will decide for your variable. So you need not to specify any data type. For example, if I try to say int a equals to 100, so it won't work out in Python. Immediately, your Python will give syntax error. This is syntax error like this. So in Python programming, we need not to specify any data type. Only you just focus on your value, which value you want to supply on which variable. So data type will decide automatically. So this is completely user friendly. So only focus on values, but data type will decide internally based on your values. But make sure that it doesn't mean that Python don't support data types. It's having lot of data types like basic data types as well as sequence data types. Basic data types are int, float, bool, complex, and so on. None also there. And sequence data types, string, list, tuple, set, dictionary, range, all this called sequence data structures. So many data types and data structures are there. We'll discuss in upcoming sessions clearly. So dynamically typed means during the program execution, based on the value, data type will decide for your variable. It is dynamically typed. And coming to this case sensitive programming language. So Python is completely case sensitive. That means if you try to declare a value 100, if I try to print A, then we have to try to print A only. If I try to print this in capital letters, so it won't work here because it's a case sensitive. So cases are completely how to be considered. A is small and A is capital. This name is not defined. This name is defined. So how the way you declare your variables and functions and classes, same way how to access. If you try to access in different way, it won't work out. Got my point? So this is the type of programming language. Python is a general purpose, high level, interpreted, dynamically typed, and then case sensitive programming language. We can say that. And coming to this Python history, Python was designed and developed by Guido van Rossum. He's the man who invented Python. Okay. And when he started script of writing his programming language, okay, so he decided that he is going to be use this programming language like in this project, in their project. So when he started script of writing his programming language called Python, there was a TV show which was telecasted in BBC channel the TV show name called Complete Monty Python Circus Show. That's what he has taken working title of of his programming language from TV show. That is what we are calling Python. So name was selected from TV show, that is Python. The TV show name called the Complete Monty Python Circus Show. Okay, and Python syntaxes are very simple. Okay, so simple means so no need to write complex syntax. Like for example, if you want to write any coding or adding two numbers or simply print hello statement in C, C++, Java, you have to include many things. For example, in Java, you have to create a class. How to create a class in Java? Public class, class name, and open bracket. After that, public static void main method, open bracket, close bracket. We have to say system.out.println hello statement you have to use. In Java, this is. And almost all same number of lines need to be repeat in C, C++, C Sharp.NET also. But when it comes to Python, to print some hello, only just we can write print hello. That's all. Very simple and straightforward syntax. And if you want to add two numbers in Python, just directly 10 plus 20, we can take it directly, you will get result. In case if you want to declare the variables, a value 10 and then b value 20 and then print a plus b. This is very simple programming like this. So just for understanding point of view, I'm telling you, compared to other language, Python syntaxes are very simple and straightforward. That's what learning Python is very easy and understanding Python is very easy clearly here. And now I'm trying to discuss about what version of Python I'm going to cover in this batch. So current and latest version, to know that, so I strongly recommend to visit this official website python.org. So let's go to python.org. There we can able to find the official version, so that latest and current stable version. So www.python.org. So this is the official website. Even in our upcoming session to install Python latest version software, I need to visit this python.org. You can click on download option so that you'll be able to find download Python 3.10.4. And this is the latest and stable version. And moreover, Python is open source, and Python is completely platform independent, as well as that is also called as cross platform. So once we write Python script on Windows, it can be able to run on any operating system, Linux, Unix, Mac OS, and others. And Python software is completely free and no need to do any license. You can freely download from this official website. Once you click on download, you will get this is latest version. And I have already in my computer the Python software. So while installation, I'll do one thing from our system. I'll uninstall completely and I'll show you again how to install this software. And if you want to download, install more versions, previous versions, you can scroll down. Automatically, you'll get plenty of previous versions. So Python 3 point, there are a lot of subversions also there, and release date also there. Download option is there. You can go through it. And 2 onwards, it is there here completely. And Python official version, first version is 0.9.0. In the year of 1991, they release. And later, they release it 1.0, 1.1, 1.2, and so on, 2.0, 2.1, 2.2, and so on. But they are providing support only for Python 2 version onwards, and older version, they have removed some support. So you can able to use this any version. I strongly recommend to download and install latest version. In this latest version, what new things are there also we'll discuss while following official documentation of Python. So this is the official website to download Python software and install. I'll do it later, download, installing. And meanwhile, I have already in my computer Python software. If you want to check in your computer which version of Python software is available, whether Python software is available or not, how do we check? Simply, you can go to command prompt, and here I'm just typing a simple command called Python space hyphen hyphen version. If I hit this command, so if I have Python software, and what version I have, it will display. If I don't have, simply command not recognized. So right now in my computer, I have installed my recent batches, Python 3.10.4. This is the latest version of Python. And Python installation is compulsory required no matter later which editor tool you are going to use. And editor tool also I need to discuss here. The reason is because uh, using Python to develop any application, some compulsory editor software is required. But editor software, you have to choose proper editor, because if you are completely new to Python programming, I strongly recommend a proper editor. And editor choice is also very important. So I strongly recommend to use the editor called PyCharm editor. So in my complete lecture, I'm going to use PyCharm editor only. In this editor, I'm going to write Python code and execute many programs, and all my concepts are covered using this PyCharm editor. And how to download and install PyCharm editor in our upcoming sessions, we'll discuss clearly step-by-step process. And moreover, if PyCharm not only editor, and you can also use Visual Studio Code and Notepad, Notepad++, Edit+, my Eclipse, NetBeans, Atom, Jupyter, Spider, and so on. There are plenty of editors are there, but some of them exclusively designed for Python programmers. It is one of the famous editor is PyCharm editor, where you can feel very comfort and flexibility way to writing Python script. I strongly recommend this one only, PyCharm editor. Or else, as soon as when we download Python software and install, by default, you will get a default editor. That editor name is called IDLE, Integrated Development Learning Environment. So here I have already installed in my computer Python software. Along with Python software, I got this editor default editor. Let's look into one's default editor, how it look like. So ideally, you can go to search and type ideally, and there you can see ideally Python 3.10. You can just hit this icon and you'll be able to open a interactive window here. So this is interactive window where we can write Python script and execute instantly here in this interactive window. This is interactive cell, means directly you can able to type the code here. A value 10 I'm taking. If you want to print here, no need to use any print function. It is optional. Without print function, directly A, it's printed. Or else if you want to print, then you can use print statement also here. Print is a built-in function to print the value here, but print option is not required in this case. So just observe here, when I try to declare a variable A, before that, I have not included any data type like this. If I include also, it will give syntax error, invalid syntax according to Python. Got my point? So this integer declaration is not required, because just now I discussed Python is completely dynamically typed programming language. So no need to define any variable data type. So only you just focus on your value. Based on the value, data type will decide. To know which data type is decided for your variable, simply you can go for type of A, then class type is float. And based on your value, data type decided clearly. This is type is a built-in function. This is completely interactive window. Okay. So in this interactive window, you can write the script and press enter. Automatically your script is executed, and you will see that output also here. But apart from this script mode or interactive window, you can also write complete script separately. So that means, for example, you can choose a plain text editor. Plain text editor means Notepad, obviously. So let me open Notepad here. I'm just want to write Python script here. So what script I want to write here? Just print. So welcome to Durga Soft. I'm trying to write here. This is my Python script. Now it's not Python script right now at this moment. So whenever I save this, look at here, just go to file menu and save it. And it will ask you the location where you have to save. I'm just choosing desktop. And in this desktop, make sure that while saving the Python file, you should follow .py extension. Let me give my sample name, sample.py. I'm giving. My file name is sample. This is Python file. So let's click on save it. And now you can see Python file is created. Here PC means here I have PyCharm editor. That's what the icon is affecting PyCharm editor. If you have only Python software, you will get Python logo on this case. So sample is my Python script file. It's ready to execute. To execute this already script file, then what we need to do, there are two options are there. You can go to command prompt. So let's go to command prompt. And I have a file in my desktop, so sample. So in this case, where I have to move my drive location, desktop. So right now, cd space desktop, I'm just giving this command. Change the directory cd means, then hit the enter button. Automatically you will be moved to desktop. And to run this Python script, simply Python space and your file name is what actually sample.py, then hit this and welcome to Durga soft. We got this output. So Python is a command where your operating system can recognize you are trying to execute this Python file, what type of Python space sample.py, or else you can hit this py space sample.py, and now you can see we got the same output clearly. So I have written a script in Notepad and saved with the .py file in my desktop. That file I'm just executing through command prompt. Okay. Or else you have other option, this sample.py file. You can also execute using your built-in ideally along with software installation. What editor you will get default, that is ideally. You just click on this ideally, and here this is interactive window. Usually we will start typing code here, but we don't want to type code here because I have already script file with me. So click on file menu and go to open and already available file where it is there in my desktop. And let's go to select this sample.py, open it. So what I have written previously, that's open again here, notepad script. And in this, you can go to run menu and run module. In Python, every .py file acts as a module. So that's what it's saying, run module. And to execute this and hit the F5 button from your keyboard or else click on run, you got this output here. So this is very simple way to write Python script and execute all these steps. In tomorrow's session, clearly, I'll install Python software and all these steps once again, I will tell you clearly. Just I want to tell you here how the way to execute Python script in basic way. But in my session, upcoming session, I will not follow any ideally software editor and also notepad script editor. And I used to follow completely PyCharm editor. I have PyCharm professional as well as community edition is there. This editor through I'll explain all topics clearly. And apart from this, what I suggest you, Visual Studio Code is the best option. Okay, in case if you want to go for second option, I strongly recommend VS Code editor. That also you can do it. But first priority you can give PyCharm editor. This is the perfect editor where we can practice your Python scripts and Python coding part. Okay. So that's all from my side today. This is completely basic demonstration which I covered today, what is what. And now it's time to you, and you can feel free to ask any questions regarding this session. And if you cannot able to speak with me, you can type your question in chat box so that I'm ready to give you answer all of you. I'll wait here for 15 minutes for you people.
Hello.
Yeah, tell me please.
Hello. Good evening, sir. This is Shivaya.
Yeah, tell me.
Hello.
I can hear you, Mister.
Uh-huh. Yeah, actually, I want to join the Python Full Stack as an online program. So they suggested me that you have joined to Mohan Reddy sir as only Python course. So once he started the full stack online, then you may shift to from that from this session to that session like that they told. So is it possible, sir? First question.
Yeah, that's what I covered. That is the first question only I covered when I started demo session. Even it is actually announced. Basically, this is only Python core and advanced. But once I complete
Okay.
Python, can you mute your audio so that I
Okay.
can speak?
Sorry, I am unable to hear you. Hello.
Can you mute your audio? Can you mute your audio? Because lot of disturbance. Can you mute your audio? I'll give you answer clear. Yeah. So the question what he's asking, that's what I'm telling you. This is actually announced Python only, core and advanced Python. Once I complete core and advanced Python, automatically in this batch, how many are interested, then we'll start immediately Django. Then after, immediately we'll start REST API. So Django, including HTML, CSS, JavaScript, basics, jQuery, Bootstrap, all those things I'll cover. This is my plan. Yes, obviously timing is completely same. 9 means 9 to 10, it's fixed time. It can never be changed. That is my commitment because this is the last session of my day. I can't able to uh, what we can say arrange that this session timings 8 because already I have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 all classes slots are busy, so I can't able to adjust the time. So timing is fixed undoubtedly. There is no doubt about this. And number of days per week, completely 6 days, Monday to Saturday. Only Sunday is the holiday. And everyday session recording I'll send to your Google Drive. And you can see this completely PDF material is there. Core Python PDF is there. Django PDF, REST API PDF, Advanced Python. So this complete PDF documentation. Once you enroll for this course, you will receive complete documentation with all practical implementation clearly. This is total core Python PDF. I clearly arrange that documentation with clear picture. Once if you follow my documentation, no one will get confused and every statement which I included, we have proper explanation, proper examples in this core Python. Similarly, you will get advanced Python PDF also once I start advanced Python course. Like this, I have complete PDF material is there, which I prepared my own while teaching many batches, Django as well as REST API, everything is there. And apart from this, any questions?
Sir,
Yeah, tell me.
So does this class get recorded and we get the complete recording for every session?
Yes, that is what. This session also recording right now. And once your enrollment is over, I'll send this session to your mails and daily basis, every day session is recording and that recorded videos I'll send to your Google Drive. And moreover, the videos I'm going to provide download option. Means you can download it and you can place in your computer and you can watch lifetime.
Okay, thanks.
Yes.
sir, will you give
Thank you.
extra questions and everything for us to prepare more and more?
Yeah, more and more. How much you want, I can give that extra questions and I'll give daily after completion of sessions. Once I started programming, some assignments I'll give. And you have
Okay,
to
sir.
do that assignments. And also I'll keep on post some interview questions and practical questions, assignment questions in our WhatsApp group. And you have to practice well that. And we will send you complete interview questions with answer documentation PDF and some logical tricky questions with coding part, like all commonly asked interview questions in tricky examples like 100 programs. We will give you PDF. How much you are
Okay, sir.
expecting from me, I can go that, no issues, but only the matter is how you prepared, that is important.
Sir, okay.
Yeah. Mr. Chandrakant, and how many days of this course? I said no, 45 days to 50 days maximum. Maximum 50 to 55 maximum. I can't go behind that. More than that, it's not required. It's not required. I'm not having any knowledge program how much time it will take to learn Python and do develop an application. It won't take much more time. Okay. So you can practice daily what I'm going to cover, and you can do some R&D also. Only not only practice enough, you have to do some research and development, why it is what it is. You have to Google it and search it. Many things you can learn. If you have any question, you can feel free to ask me. So this is the way to do daily. So it will be easy to survive in Python script if you don't have any knowledge also.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, tell me, Mr. Sivaya.
Yeah, yeah. I have one more query. Actually, I am from the research background. So,
Oh,
I used to use this Python for my applications like reading files, of the .nc netcdf formatted files. So if
Okay.
I have any problem, I mean not that much a great problem. If I have any research kind of problem, if I able to explain it like what kind of what I can say, what kind of requirement I have from that file by using Python. So will it be able to will it be able to done for some extent of my
See,
problem?
yeah, the thing is, you can see if that is completely purely related to Python, then I can help you at any extent level. But
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
bring
It's a
some
purely
requirement, yeah,
it's
that's
a
what. If
yeah, yeah. Yeah. It's a
if you
purely
bring
related Python.
it's okay, purely related, then I can help you. But if it is, if you bring the code and all those things, someone is asking like AWS or something, but I'm not aware of those subjects, how I can help you? Hope you understand
No, no,
that.
no. It's a yeah, yeah.
It's purely Python, I can help you at any extent level, no issues.
Hello.
Yeah, tell me, sir.
For data analyst aspirants, core and advanced required?
Yes, exactly. Maximum core is enough. Mostly data analysis or data science and data analysis persons, they should have the strong knowledge on data structures, which we will cover in core Python, that is. And advanced Python is also better
Okay.
to learn because we will deal with classes and objects and all file handling, exception handling, multi-threading, so many good concepts which is related to data science also. It might be helpful. But I heard that data science programmers must have strong knowledge on data types and data structures, which we will cover in our session.
Okay.
Yeah. Opportunities, undoubtedly, it's fine, absolutely fine. No doubt about with Python. Okay. Right now, Python, what we can say, it's going well in IT industries. Data science and data engineering, absolutely. So most of the cases, data science and data analytics persons will learn Python thoroughly because they need Python script into their analysis part. For Azure, I don't think so. Azure is required Python script. Okay, cloud-based environment. Maybe if they'll use Python script, then Azure means you are telling like which is Microsoft related. Obviously, I think so. Core and advanced is required for that. If they'll use script. And any questions?
Hello, sir. I'm audible.
Yeah, I can hear you, man. Tell me.
Okay. Sir, actually, I'm from network background,
Okay.
and core and advanced is mandatory for all the things, right?
See, yeah, actually, I suggest you someone is asking even more core is enough or advanced is enough. Actually, if you join core and advanced, same fee, same days, nothing to worry. You
Right.
can try to continue core and advanced Python. Actually,
Right. Right.
there is no core and there is no advanced. Only the market people are divide this core Python, advanced Python. According to me, there is only one Python. That's it. So core means
Okay.
very
Sir,
basics.
one more thing, and also it included OOPS concept, right?
Yeah, OOPS concept. That is what people will consider as advanced Python. OOPS,
Okay. Okay.
encapsulation, polymorphism, inheritance, abstraction, file handling, multi-threading, regular expense. These are all under comes to advanced level. But think
Okay,
it's
sir.
only Python is there. That's it.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
And combination, what I said, no? So Python with MySQL. Obviously, we'll teach MySQL basics when we go for full stack later. Django. So combination is this is Python, core and advanced. So you'll become only Python programmer and you want to try a job for Python full stack programmer. You can claim yourself Python full stack developers. You need to learn core and advanced Python, Django along with UI technologies and MySQL basics and REST API completely. This is Python full stack development.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So will you teach how to read the Excel files or CSV files?
That is file handling. In our syllabus, it is there. You can check once
Okay.
in our website. CSV files will
Okay.
discuss. And data analysis part also we'll discuss with CSV files, and DAT files we'll discuss, normal text files, binary files. There is a file handling concept, huge programs we'll discuss. And even more pandas,
Okay.
matplotlib, numpy modules also I'll cover in our Python, which is related to data science modules. So basics of pandas, numpy, uh,
Okay.
matplotlib, data visualization, that I'll cover.
Okay.
Yes. Any questions again? Yes. Thanks for attending this session. Have a nice time. See you tomorrow on same link at same time. Okay. Someone question. MCA passed out 2019, 2010 from 2005 to till time working as a government employee. 2005. It will work out, but I have to think once because 2010 means around it's almost 10, 12 years. So you have to claim yourself what you did properly. And at least last 3 years back onwards, you can able to put up the Python experience that I can suggest, but many years I can't. Obviously, artificial intelligence and ML, machine learning, deep learning, Python script is required, no, for that. You know very well. So I have to use Python script only. Yeah. Okay. Yes. So what I'll suggest you, those who are looking for my Python full stack. So initially you can able to join this Python course. That's no matter. And after that, we will decide on the same time continuation, Django, REST API, all those things will cover. That will be full stack, no issues. But anyway, if you want to learn Django, REST API, Python is required, no? So we can't escape from here. So we'll complete Python first, then after we'll think about Django, REST API, all those things. Okay. Yes. So it's time to close the session. Still any more? Yeah. You can attend sessions on same link by this entire the week. Okay, no issues. And you can decide whether you want to join or not. Feel free to take the decision, no issues at all. Okay, I see you tomorrow. Have a nice time.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Someone is
Thank you.
asking if possible, can you? What I can you, Mr. Banu? If possible, what I can do that? Tell me. Your statement is not fully. Can you help us running the command prompt right now? Right now. Okay, okay, no problem. Tomorrow anyway, that I'll show you all the command prompts also will anywhere if your Python script anywhere it is there in your computer that you can able to run through command prompt only, no issues. But in PyCharm editor, I'll go through it completely. WhatsApp number, no worries. Please wait for a few days. And once you enroll for this course, we have a lot of students in our WhatsApp group. I'll allow you to join in that group, no issues. I'll send a mail. Okay, WhatsApp group link. I don't need your contact numbers. I'll send a link to your mails. You just click on that link. You can able to join in our WhatsApp group. And even you will receive the recording videos, my personal mails only. Once demo sessions completed, 4-5 days approximately maximum. Okay. Yes.
Hello.
Yeah. Tell me, sir. Tell me.
Sir, actually, after completing this core and advanced, I am able to certify this Microsoft certification.
If you want do the certification, then I'll help you regarding this. Where should write, how to write. You have to write your own way. Then if you pass that exam, then you can able to get the certificate from Microsoft. You can claim as a certified Python developer. But that fees you have
Okay.
to take care of it. You have to purchase voucher from Microsoft and attempt the exam, and genuinely have to attempt again. If you go through any consultants, they will give a lot of certification, but that is no use. Don't do it. That is better to learn subjects compared to certification, that kind of certification. Don't do it.
Okay.
Yeah. If you want write as your own examination, then that will be appreciated. And if you will get completely, if you get good marks, then they will issue the certificate. Then you can claim in your resume that it is good.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. See you tomorrow. Have a nice day.
Right.
Yeah. Right. Let's start today's session. Please wait 2 minutes. I'll start immediately. Yes. Let's start today's session. So in the last session, we were discuss about a basic introduction of Python. Okay. So what is Python and why Python? We were discuss, and also how to what type of programming language it is. We discuss. So this is completely Python programming language course, and in this course, I'm going to cover core Python as well as advanced Python. And core Python means very basics and fundamentals like operators, data types, control flow statements, and functions, modules, and data structures, complete data structures. These all concepts under comes into core Python. And when it comes to advanced Python, object-oriented programming features like encapsulation, polymorphism, inheritance, abstraction, and even then uh, different types of variables in object-oriented programming and different types of methods in object-oriented programming. And also we'll cover in advanced concept like exception handling, multi-threading programming, file handling, and regular expressions, Python, database connectivity, decorators, generators, and pandas, matplotlib, numpy, and so many concepts are there in advanced Python. So yesterday it was the first session, and today is the second session. In the last session, we just discussed what is Python and what type of programming language it is. So I'll give you 5 minutes brief discussion yesterday what I discussed. So after that, we'll continue today's session. As I said that Python is a programming language, but what type of programming language it is? General purpose programming language. So the meaning of general purpose is using Python programming language, we can develop general applications like many applications, for example, desktop applications, web applications, database kind of applications, network programming, gaming applications, statistical analysis applications, data analysis applications, and so on. So that's what we use Python for anywhere. That means any applications we can implement using Python script. And Python is high level programming language, I said. So what does it mean high level? So that means if it is a high level programming language, as a programmer, we need not to write any explicit code for maintaining low level activities like memory management and security. Just because it is high level, it will take care all security and memory implementation internally. Next, Python is dynamically typed programming language. I said dynamically typed means while declaring variable in Python, you need not to specify any data type. Generally, in any language like C, C++, Java, C Sharp.NET, if you want to declare a variable, you have to go for like this is the common syntax, variable naming, and any data type. The reason is it's a dynamically typed programming language. Dynamic means what? Runtime. During the program execution, based on your value, data type of this variable will decide. So you need not to specify any data type like this. If you give int a equals to 10 in Python programming script, so it will give syntax error. According to Python syntax, this is wrong declaration. Only you can declare variable and assign value to the variable. Based on the value, data type will decide for your variable, that is called dynamically typed. And these are all statically typed. Statically typed means at the time of variable declaration, you should give data type of that variable. Usually in C, C++, other languages, at the time of declaring the variable only, we should decide the data type of this variable based on its value only. So, but in Python, just focus on your value, what you want to assign them, and based on the value, data type will decide for a variable. Later, if you want to know what type of variable data type, then you just mention type function. Type is a built-in function. This function is used to get data type of your variable. So this is type of A. And coming to this, next, Python is interpreted programming language. So interpreted programming language means line by line code will check and execute. So explicitly as a programmer, you need not to compile a program. So compilation will take place internally by interpreter. And when it comes to compilation programs like C, C++, and C Sharp.NET, so whole program at a time, it will check how many number of lines you have written, no matter, then total program, total lines will check at once. And next, in interpreter, like Python is interpreted programming language. So line by line code will check and execute. So every time, each and every line separately will test, and if it is correct, it will execute. In case if any line of code is showing some error, then immediately Python interpreter will stop the execution and it will show you the error message. And you have to rectify that error, then we can proceed into next lines only. So this is interpreted programming language. Line by line code will check and execute. And finally, Python is case sensitive programming language. So in Python programming, how the way you declare variable names and function names and class names, same way you have to access. But if you try to access in different cases, it won't accept. Suppose I declare variable in lowercase like employee ID 123. If I try to access this employee ID in the uppercase, it won't accept because you define the name is lowercase, you have to access into lowercase only. So this is called case sensitive. Okay. So ultimately, Python is a general purpose, high level, dynamically typed, interpreted, and case sensitive programming language. Okay. So next, Python was designed and developed by Guido van Rossum. He's the man who invented Python actually here. Guido van Rossum. So the first version of Python was available in the year of 1991. So the version number is 0.9.0 in the year of 1991. I can say that. Okay. So officially, Python was available to the public in the year of 1991. So the official date of birth of Python is Feb 20th, 1991. This is the officially available publicly Python, that is Feb 20th, 1991 only. This is the first version. Later, there was several versions are there: 1.x, 2.x, 3.x. Right now, the current stable version is 3.10.4 only. And there are lot of subversions are there: 1.1, 2, 3, and so on, 2.1, 2, 3, and so on, like 3.0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. We are in 3.10.4 only now. Okay. So this is actually Python's current stable version. To know the versions list, I recommend to visit this python.org here. So when we go through this website, we'll be able to find many versions here. So look at here, python.org. This is the current stable version here. You can click on downloads and you can see this is current stable version 3.104. And if you want to get the more versions list, you can scroll down. So you'll get more versions information. Which version you want to download, you can click on that version, so you can able to download it. And Python Software Foundation programmers, they have stopped the support for Python 1 version and Python 0.9.0 version. So that's here we will look into only two versions onwards. Two version, and after two version only we will get this download options. Because Python Software Foundations people were stopped the support for Python 1 version clearly here. There is no one version you are looking here. Only lot of subversions are available. So you can see many subversions are available, but main versions are 1 and 2 and 3. This is we are in third version right now. But every 1 month or 2 months after, you may find different version number in the official website, because they is to keep on update the version numbers and adding more extra features here. And even in our session, what new things are available in 3.10.4 will be discussing later. Okay. Yes. So to download and install Python software, I just want to click on this download 3.10.4. So now you can see we got this Python 3.10.4 is available. Once it's available, now you can see you have to install it. But actually in my computer, so already Python software is there. So to know in your computer what version you have, or else whether you are having Python software or not, how to check, simply go to command prompt and type Python space hyphen hyphen version. Okay. And you'll come to know that which version is available. 3.10.4 is available here. So this is the current stable version. But right now I have already Python software. So that's what I'll try to uninstall from my computer. The reason is you have to know that how to install Python software from the beginning. So for that purpose, I'm trying to uninstall Python software, which is already available in my computer. To uninstall, just flip to control panel, and there you can click on uninstall programs and just check out Python software where it is available. Let's try to uninstall immediately from my computer so that I can able to show you how to install Python software. And strictly remember, all of you, no matter what editor you are going to use for writing your Python script, but make sure that first and foremost important, you should give to installation of Python. So I'm trying to uninstall, let it be uninstall progress. After some time, you can see this uninstalled successfully done. So I'll be back again, let it be uninstall it is. Okay. And most important thing is, once again, I'm telling you, what editor you are going to use later, either like PyCharm editor or Visual Studio Code or Jupyter or Spider or Atom or NetBeans, Eclipse, MyEclipse, Notepad, Notepad++, Sublime Text Editor, Edit Plus, any editor you can use for writing Python script. But make sure that before that, you must and should do Python software installation. When we install Python software initially, then you will get by default core libraries of Python. That core libraries are very important to develop any kind of application. So first you have to do, you have to install Python software, must it is. After that, you can able to go through any software editor to write Python script. This is must. And some students will think that, so I need only PyCharm. So directly they'll try to install PyCharm. So the main core libraries will not come over there. So before that, you have to install Python software in your computer. Then after that, you can make setup of any other editor to write Python script continuously. Okay. Yes. So still in my computer right now, uninstall is progress. Let it be uninstalled. I don't want wait for that. So let me include some basic features of Python meanwhile. So I'm trying to discuss about features of Python. So what are the important and basic features are available? Let me discuss. First feature number one is Python is simple and easy to learn. Okay. Yes. Python programs are very simple and it's easy to understand. Python syntaxes are very simple and straightforward compared to other existing programming languages. There is no complex syntax at all. So Python syntaxes are very simple, and when compared with other languages, we can write Python programs with very less number of lines. So in Python, more readability and simplicity of programming styles are available. So next feature is Python is completely free and open source. Yes, free means to download and install Python software, you need not to get any license and you need not to pay anything. So it's freely available in the official website python.org. It's completely free and open source. And the source code of Python is completely open to all. You can download or you can get the source code from official website and you can use that source code into your application implementation. Next, coming to this third feature, Python is completely cross platform or platform independent. We can say that platform independent. Independent means what? Once we write Python program, it can run on any platform without rewriting again and again. Suppose if I write code in Windows operating system through, then later I can shift that code into other platforms like Unix, Linux, and so on. So it supports any operating system you can able to write. Internally, PVM, that means Python Virtual Machine, will take responsible to convert that Python source code into mission understandable code. So it is clearly converting possible with any operating system point of view. And Python programs are portable in nature. So portability is possible. Portability means what? It's very simple. Suppose I have a Python script which was written using Windows operating system. So Python programs are portable. That means we can migrate from one platform to another platform very easily. So even though when we migrate from one platform to another platform, then Python programs will provide same result on any platform. There is no changes in the result. So accurate result you will get. So this is portability in nature. And coming to this, Python is having a great feature called dynamically typed language. Already I explained this. So that means in Python, we are not required to declare type of variables. Whenever we assign the value, based on the value, data type will be allocated automatically. So that is called dynamically typed language. And next coming to this, Python is having extensible feature. Extensible means what? we are not required to, sorry, we are going to use other language programs in Python. So that is called extension. Extension means, for example, I want to write a code in C, and that C standard code can be shifted into Python. For that, we have to use some flavors like C Python for C programmers purpose, J Python for Java programmers purpose, Iron Python for .NET programmer purpose. That flavors, if we use, then we can use that .NET and Java, C language, C++ language code into, you can extend into Python also. That means we can use already existing legacy non-Python code into Python